I want to talk about Jake Roberts.
How's that hit hard to the man?
No, not that Jake Roberts. This Jake Roberts. An English film editor known recently for his work on Alien, Romulus. Incidentally, that intro wasn't just a bad attempt at being funny. It reflects Roberts' relative lack of fame in the editing world. Roberts' professional editing credits date back to the early 2000s, but it wasn't until 2013, when the film starred up, that his editing style started to gain any significant recognition. His work was praised for its sharp pacing and the way it intensified the psychological tension between the characters. He had to wait another 3 years for some broader, acclaimed recognition, however, with the film Hell or High Water, in which his ability to balance the film's intimate emotional beats with its larger narrative arc earned him 7 nominations for Best Editing. The best example, though, of his editorial style, I think, comes in Studio A24's biggest film yet, Civil War. Civil War follows the journey of a group of war journalists navigating the battlefield stories of a second American Civil War. The film's most iconic editorial attribute, therefore, fits perfectly within the logic of the story. That is, the use of smash cuts within a scene to display stills taken by our protagonist. Cutting like this within a scene, from intense action to stills, serves to break up the energy in a sequence, allowing the audience to absorb all the information provided to them, stretching out the tension of an action-packed scene. Roberts also applies a similar technique on a larger scale across multiple scenes.
Trying to constantly keep mixing it up so that you don't sort of fall into a pattern of going, yeah, I get this. This is okay. Now we're in this zone, and so you go from the very, very quiet scene the night before to the very hard cut into the kinetic gunfire, and you get barraged with that for 90 seconds.
Now, these techniques aren't exactly unique, but their effectiveness is. Another example of this is Roberts' refusal to use a classic score for the film, but instead to place music tracks that really shouldn't work underneath quite distressing scenes. This creates a sense of unease within the audience, representative of the characters' feelings too, challenging them to see the barbarity on screen for what it really is. I think then that Jake Roberts is an underappreciated master of creating and then sustaining tension to its limits. As an aspiring film editor myself, Roberts has taught me that a decision to cut has so much more weight than I'd previously thought. And a decision to not cut, but hold, drawing out the tension, is just as important.